So guys, it's David here, and it is currently day 418. I hope you guys are doing well, and like always, are doing better than yesterday. But I have to say guys that today I was distracted by lust. Yes, definitely not ideal, and because I was distracted by lust, I didn't hit my goals today. Last week, I set this new plan for myself. I wanted to double the amount of output I was putting in to learn how to code with React Native. Now, I aimed to work about 6 hours, but today I failed horribly. Until this point speaking, I only managed to work a total of 2 hours, which is totally embarrassing. And this was because I was distracted with lust. And today I was not thinking about lust. I was not thinking about that type of stuff. But for some reason I did, right? For some reason the thought just came into my mind. And I guess because this morning I failed in the way that I woke up late, in the way that after I came back from the exercise, I binge ate food. And I guess because of this, it reminded me of my old behaviors. And it was not to say that I didn't pick myself back up, because I know in a way now that I should be coding, that I should be learning. But when you start your day off horribly, I guess it is inevitable then that you'll have your old thoughts resurfacing. And because my mind was not the most clear and sharp due to me binge eating, I did not build up the mental awareness to say no to my lust. And I gave in. And afterwards I would try to put myself back in to a state of deep flow. But after you lust, guys, you kind of feel like you had accomplished life, right? You kind of feel tired. You are most certainly drained of energy. And therefore, you don't feel like doing anything. And for me, I was feeling like that, but I still know that I want to at least get X amount of work done. And I guess to pick myself back insensitively after I re-lusted and lusted again, it was difficult, right? I was really challenging my willpower, and it was unnecessary. And I could say that today, doing the work itself proved to be very difficult because I was distracted. And I made my learning difficult because I choose to be distracted. And with those distractions, not only have I failed to work X amount of hours, but also my efficiency in the deep work state was lacking. I was not really that focused. And because of all this, I failed today. But that's fine, because I still had the awareness, knowing that I should be doing something with my life, knowing that I should be improving. So therefore, today's failure was not because of my lack of commitment, but rather of my lack of awareness of controlling my own desires. And due to this, I didn't achieve double the amount of work I wanted to. And I had embarrassed myself, but that's fine, because still time today, and most certainly tomorrow will be a better day. And I just have to stick with the plan, right? To wake up, to learn, to at least get in 3 to 4 hours of deep work before I consume any food, right? I have to get that locked in. And even though sometimes I wake up feeling like I want to eat something, or perhaps I wake up Sunday feeling that I want to do something different because I just don't want to sit here and code. But I know deep down inside, it is in the mornings that I have the most amount of energy, right? And that I'm the most clear, even though I may be a little bit foggy when I come up. But when you sit down and then when you just get your head into it, you start to flow into the state. You start to lock in. And it takes some time, right? Don't get me wrong. You're not just gonna be switched on as you come to work every single day. You're gonna be a bit tired. You're gonna be a bit reluctant to do it. But after 30 minutes, you'll realize that why was I even thinking to be complacent today? Because now I am feeling great. I am feeling great knowing that I'm doing something better with my life. And the mind always tricks us, guys. The mind always tricks us into simple pleasures and what is easiest in the moment to distract us from doing something new. But it is the new thing, right? The positive habits that will make us feel good at the end of the day. So by no means that your instant gratification is going to solve your problems, because those distractions are the cause of your problems. So I can't keep saying to not be fooled by your desires, because over and over again I have been fooled by it. But I do believe it is getting better. I do believe I am more aware as to what I should do now, even though I know in the back of my head what I should be doing all along. But now I feel like I have to do it, right? And feeling always triumphs over logic, because we all know what exactly we should be doing. I think that's a fact. But we don't do it because we don't feel like there's any reason to do it. Or at least we don't really feel like there's any emotional reason to do it. And because of this, a lot of us don't get our ass up from complacency, because we don't feel like there's a reason. So if you're still lusting, if you're still distracted by something, just understand that your emotion behind what you know you should be doing is not strong enough. The connection is not connected. And therefore, you should really focus on finding that reason to do it. Finding that reason apart from urgency. Because sometimes to work on your dreams and vision may not be urgent, right? Getting money is urgent. Now, if you can somehow correlate working towards your passion and getting money, then of course you can use urgency. But in most cases, if you're building something from the ground up, like what I am trying to do, money is going to come down later down the line. So to really say that I am working towards something now for the money, in my case, can sound a bit, foolish and just a way of trying to deceive myself, because I know that money is not a way of urgency that I could create and work towards based on what I'm doing now. What I can fulfill my urgency of money is working my part-time job. So you have to have this other reason, which is why I think people talk about passion, because passion has a lot of emotion behind it. So find that emotion, guys, and all your problems will go away. And that is truly from the bottom of my heart, because your emotions will be so strong. If you really have that sincere emotion, then your problems with distractions, with bad habits will all just dissipate, because they will, as positive emotions always come out on top. But that is pretty much all I want to ramble on for today. Just a little bit of my lack of awareness, which led to today's disappointment. But I see today as still a victory, because in some way I was trying to overcome myself over and over again, even though I had lusted and relusted. And certainly I was functioning on unfavorable grounds, right? I was really not equipped to win today. I binge ate, I woke up late, I lusted, I had all the reasons to just say I won't do any amount of work today, but I still did. Although not exactly enough, and I know not exactly good enough work, but doing something just a little bit is enough to keep a habit. And that really, at the end of the day, is something we should all be focusing on, is to come up or come to your desk, your bed, whatever, to do the thing you know you should be doing, despite your circumstance and despite how bad your situation is at the moment. But with that being said, I hope you guys had learned something from this today, but if not, like always, I'll be here for you guys tomorrow. But until then,